Good morning. Rod Baker, God and Rod. And I want to discuss something this morning as part of the Breaking Soul Ties uh, as part of that scenario. Okay, as part of that teaching. Because one of the things I don't think we realize is we don't realize how significant our relationships with people are to our own well-being, to our own growth. You know, the thing that Jesus said is that we would see him in the clouds and that we are the clouds. So what that says a lot of times to me is my relationship with God has a lot to do with my relationships with people, right? Well, one of the things that I've discovered that God has allowed me to discover is how there are those that relationships to them are a competition. Okay? The opposite of love is fear. So there are those of us that love people, and then there are those that, that fear people. Kind of funny how I got a little choked up there. Like somebody doesn't want me to say something like that, right? So if you don't love, then you fear. And there are people who just cannot love. And thus they fear. They try to kill everything inside of you that has anything to do with love. What their real mission is to get you to kill yourself. Is to get you to never have relationships with people again. Loving relationships. To transform you, see? To be fearful. To make it a competition. Almost like a game, but it's a game that death is the ultimate success. I know a woman that tried to get me to kill myself. Well, I know several of them that tried to kill me, but one of them for sure tried to get me to kill myself. And she had done that with others. She had gotten others to kill themselves. Because to her, that's the only sign of success, is for you to never love again, especially not love you. Because if you don't love you, then you surely can't love another. Amen? And so that was her mission in life, is to kill you, to kill me, to make it where you never loved again. That's the demonic force of fear. That's how fear works. Is to get you to spread nothing but more fear and more fear and more fear and more fear. If we move each other with love, all right? If we encourage each other with love, if we inspire each other with love, then we commit homicide with fear. Homicide. Character assassination. A fear assassin. That's how it works. James Allen, as a man thinketh, fear will kill a man faster than a speeding bullet. And he's absolutely right, because the only way to pull that trigger is to be afraid. So this is something that we must be aware of. We must be alerted to. is just as easily as there are people out there that are trying to change the world with love, there are those trying to kill the world with fear. It's a competition to them. The enemy has instilled it inside of them that it's a competition. And the more that they can put on you as far as to hold you in that relationship. This woman went as far as, at 43 years old, went as far as to marry me to try to keep me in her web. In her web. But God broke me free. But that was her ambition, was that all the love in me be gone, be removed, be overwhelmed with fear and angst. Obviously, she failed greatly. She lost. But I promise you, there's not one day that goes by that she doesn't think about the one that got away. And the amazing part about it is this is what God does. Okay? God protects those that are His, that love Him. And see, I was a great prize because of my love for God. But she knew that she had me at my weakest point. I had just been overwhelmed with the separation of family. I had just given up my 20-year career. I was making so many profound changes in my life that I was very vulnerable. And I had known this girl since she was a kid. I had. But she had completely convinced this young fella, his last name was Chappell, to kill himself. I was going to talk to the family pretty soon and let them know that what I had uncovered and see what they thought about it. Investigate. Because I'm sure they'd like to know that this is this woman's MO. I would want to know. So I was at a very vulnerable time, and in being in this vulnerable moment, this is when they pounce. This is when they come at you, get on you. See, these are kind of people that they want to disrupt your marriage. They want to disrupt your happy life. Anything that they can do to bring misery and pain to you and discomfort, dis-ease. Just like Jesus brings healing. These demonic forces bring dis-ease. They'll do whatever it takes. They'll poison you. They will. And if you don't know the kind of people I'm talking about, then thank God. Thank God you have yet to have run into these kind of people. But you will. Yeah, you will. It's the old saying, they'll either make you or they'll break you. Fortunately for me, God had me covered. God led me completely through it. He showed me those people because I needed to know, because if I didn't know, then I wouldn't be able to talk to you about it. But they'll make you or they'll break you. There's no doubt. And you'll never forget. And from that point forward, you'll be aware. You'll know what they look like. What they sound like, the kind of mentality that they have. So they try to bind you with something first and foremost. When they can't do that, then then the next thing you know, they're pulling out other plays from the playbook. But they're out to kill you. That's their ultimate goal. That's their ultimate prize, would be for you to commit suicide. For you to do something that would bring you to the death of you. Ruin you. To ruin you. Yeah. And now I get to tell the world about this. I mean, it's not like it's not already out there. We call it narcissism. We call it all kinds of things. But the truth is that toxicity, that negativity, that demonic force that they have of the need to win by death. It's a duel to the death. What they don't realize is the death of them cometh, and it cometh fast. Yeah, there comes this point in time when God says, no more. No more. And this was one of those moments in time. Now, the fortunate thing is we get to watch and see what happens to this person. I say watch, but I haven't laid my eyes on that person. I haven't looked at their social media. I have not cared to hear anything about them. Okay, I would rather go to a tarot reader and hear about this person than to hear anything about this person, rather than this person come to me. Because I already know, I feel them. I have great sense. It's almost like telepathy. It's almost like I hear their struggles. I hear their heartache. I hear what they're going through. I feel it. As I smile. As I enjoy my life. As I am uplifted. Encouraged by God. The war is real. And it's not good and evil, it's love and fear. That's the war. That's the war. Where will you be in the battle? Where will you be? Love or fear? Choose wisely. For the end result has great consequences. And it's all about consequences from your choices. Choices equal consequences. Have a good day.